Brandon Robinson. Welcome back to Let's Make a Graphic Novel. I know it's been forever. It might have been it's been some years since I did a video about making comics. And I'm taking this opportunity now to go back to doing that. Doing a little handheld motion right here with the camera right now. For the past few, a number of years ago, I did a video on how to make comics, and I did a few episodes, and it seemed to have a really good following. I broke away from it. Life got busy. I had other things that I was working on, and so I stopped doing it. But it seems like I've had people hit me up, text me, message in the comments that they would love to have me bring it back, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start today until the foreseeable future. I think I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to do it in a way. We start with the very basics, and we come all the way to fruition of a graphic novel. And I think the best path to do that is to start from scratch and go all the way forward into making a Kickstarter. Do a Kickstarter and fund a graphic novel, 75 to 100 pages. And I think that's just a great way to keep this thing going. So today what we're going to start with is concepts. Concepts for a character. If you're doing your own independent book, the first thing you need is an idea, characters, especially characters that get you excited. And we're gonna go and redo a character for an idea that I've had for a number of years. So what we're gonna start with is some marker sketches. So what we're going to start off is if you're starting out, we're going to do this with in a way that doesn't matter where you're starting off, how much money you have, or where you are, if you have a computer or not. We're going to examine all the ways in which you can do this work. That's going to be the premise. It doesn't matter if you got $20 or thousands of dollars. Each way we're going to show you how to go high end to low end, because what we're going to cover is different types of ways of doing it depending on your budget. So even if you have very high end expensive markers, or if you got inexpensive $3 markers, this marker is usually retails for $7.99. You could probably find it on sale for $5, especially the sketch markers here. Very expensive. I've seen this set go as high as $70 for just this set. And you don't have to necessarily have these. If you can afford these, that's great. If you can afford the Copic markers, great. But if you can't, you can go with a lower price brand like these Blick Studio markers. Chisel point on one end, brush on the other end, are very good and very inexpensive. You can get you a set for $20, especially if you catch them when they're on sale. So it's something you should look into if money is an issue. These right here are pigment markers from Winsor Newton. This set is priced $40, but I got a coupon, went to AC Moore and got these for under $20. So you have to keep your eye out for things like that. Again, here are even some more fancy. This is a new set of chameleon markers that have a special blending tip. Price $99.99. $100 for a 22 marker set. I had a coupon for 50% off, and then I think I had a rebate from my computer for another $20. So you have to keep your eye out for things like that. One thing you gotta know is that storage of markers is best to have them lay flat when you store them, so that and especially if they're double-ended markers, so that one side doesn't dry out on you. Marker paper is, if you can get your hands on marker paper, they come in different brands. This is Strathmore. This is Borden and Riley marker paper. They come in different sizes. This is Copic's own marker pad. This is from a company called Expressit. Specific for Copic markers. These come in individual sheets. It's not a pad. So whatever you can get your hands, you could. But the thing is, you don't have to use marker paper. You can get just regular photocopy paper. Now the thing is, photocopy paper, you might have to use the back side of a board because it bleeds through. Marker paper prevents bleed through. But again, depends on your budget. All of these things are accessible, and one or the other is not, it'll get the job done. It just depends on what your budget is. One of the things I like to do when I'm trying to come up with a new character is gather some reference of something I'm looking to do. Every artist, any pro artist I've ever known, uses reference of some type. And what I do is I come up with a mood board, or some kind of a few ideas or something I'm thinking about that relates closely to what I'm thinking about. So what I'll do is I'll make a sheet like this of photos and art of things I'm thinking about that could relate to what I want to do, and I keep it to the side with me before I get started. So we're going to use the chisel point. Let's see if this shows up. This might not be dark enough for the camera. Now this is a 30%. You could use a 10%, but I'm gonna use a heavier, darker, so you can see it on the camera. It's not coming out too. And go to 50. Yeah, we'll go to 50. So now this is not finished drawings, all right? We're not trying to get a finished piece that looks great that you can show people. What we're trying to do here is just get an idea down on paper to see something that we like. Right now you can see I start out, I use triangles when I do my women. Men, I may start with a circle before I bring them down. But women, I use a triangle for the upper part, then the body, hips, got a basic body form. Now what we want to think about is adding a few things. Start adding our ideas, what we think about. And because I lay it down here doesn't mean it's gonna make my final piece. Sometimes, you know, it's just laying stuff down to see what I think I want, what I may want. I have an idea for this character. I might have drawn it out many years ago. I may have to go grab that.